Hebu tuwapeleke na mataratara hapa, okay? So kwa screen yako mtu unaona ni Governor Waititu, okay? Na Ferdinand Waititu akiwa na bibi yake wamepatikana na Graft ya 588 million. 588 million. Now the funny thing is amepigwa fine ya 53 million or 51 million out of the 588 million. Mimi sijui koti wakaje, lakini nataka mnisaidie kuelewa. So 558 million minus 51 million, hiyo inamaanisha amebaki na balance ya 537 million Kenyan money that apparently he was involved in a graft na akaiba yeye akiwa na bibi yake. Now, hebu tusikize hapa kwanza before tuendelee, juu nataka tucompare na story nyingine hapo.
I've observed that the 13th accused person is just a business name owned by first and second accused persons. This will be the sentence for the accused persons. For that offense, for that particular count, first accused person, a fine of 500 shillings in default. You serve 12 years. You serve 12 months imprisonment.
Now that is the wife mwenye amekatwa 500,000 ama 12 months, which is equivalent to 1 year in prison. Na tunaongelea pesa ngapi? 588 million. Anyway,
second accused person, Susan Wangari Ndung'u, I'll sentence you to a fine of 500 in default, 1 year imprisonment. And I think that's the only sentence that you'll carry. So you can sit down. You can sit down, Governor. You have finished with your sentences. I don't think you're affected by the rest. Okay. Yes. 500,000, and that's the only sentence for Susan. Yes, that's the only sentence that she'll carry. Now, because there are no other counts that affects her, and I've not sentenced the partnership separately, and I think that one also gives you some bit of reprieve. You organize yourself.
Either way, mmesikia Waititu kesi yake na wife wake Graft ni 588 million. Na mwenye alipaniana tender si mwenye akona 588 million, but wenye akona 588 million totally tunaongea kitu kama 53 million. Hiyo ndio fine wametolewa, but in total amounts of money ni pesa ngapi? 588. Alafu the serving years, should they fail to produce this money, ati sasa tuseme tu miaka ya Ferdinand pamoja na ya bibi pamoja 13 years, eh? Aya, nataka niwalete kesi nyingine tofauti.
And the Court of Appeal has quashed 67-year jail terms imposed against Sirisia MP John Waluke and his former business partner Grace Wahungu, who had been accused of fraudulently acquiring 313 million shillings from a government agency. The appellate judges faulted the lower court for failing to reanalyze and re-evaluate the evidence tendered in the trial court as required by law. The two had been jailed with an alternative of paying fines in excess of 1 billion shillings after they were found guilty of fraudulently receiving money from the National Cereals and Produce Board NCPB for maize which was never supplied.
Thank you. So this guy apparently was sentenced to to serve 67 years over 300 and something million, and either to pay 1 billion Kenyan shillings. Looks like a good sentence for thieves like these ones, you know. Looks like a good sentence, and that is very promising. But was he ever even arrested? Did he even serve any years in prison? Apparently, right now ni mheshimiwa. But you can see the difference. There was a 67-year or 1.2 billion Kenya shillings which was supposed to be paid. I don't know whether it was paid or something. But after this guy rubbing shoulders with President William Samoei Ruto, he's an MP, Sirisia. Okay? Yes, so apparently Wakenya wanapenda wezi sana. Now the question that we are asking, 300 and something million, you're serving 67 years, and then 588 million, you're supposed to serve 12 years. So how do the courts work? How do they carry out, what is supposed to be done, what is not supposed to be done, is a question that many Kenyans are asking. Sirisia MP John Waluke is having his fingers crossed as he stares at a 67-year jail term, losing his parliamentary seat or paying a fine of cash 1.2 billion. Okay? But the Graft was how much? The Graft was actually 300 and something million, which is, for me, very fine, very fair. These people are supposed to be thrown behind the bars almost forever. Waluke on Monday appeared before a 3-judge bench of the Court of Appeal to convince the trial to save him from going back to jail. Waluke is out of prison on cash 10 million cash bail issued in November 2022. The MP, through his lawyers Otiende Amolo and Elisha Ongoya, told the appellate court judges that the 313 million, you can see here, the 313 million and what is supposed to be paid as fine is 1.2 billion, which is very fair. Million of that that formed the basis of his conviction was lawfully paid out to him and Wahungu, blah, blah, blah. You understand? So, you can read here, also read. So the governor here, you can see this MP, his was 313 million. Fine was 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings. Now, if we go read further here, now, ex-governor Ferdinand Waititu imprisoned 12 years in prison. Okay? Former Kiambu County Governor Ferdinand Waititu has been sentenced to 12 years in prison or pay 52.5 million. The ex-governor was found guilty of conflict of interest in 588 million Graft case. Now you can imagine. Okay? So that is why we are asking, so here somebody stole 588 million and now they're supposed to pay 52.5. Okay? Or 12 years. Yet the other one who had stolen here 313 million was facing 67 years or pay 1.2 billion. That is why, courts are being accused of being very corrupt. Recently we saw the Lady Justice being under fire that the courts are corrupted. And this is the things that we are seeing. So people tend to believe that actually the courts are very corrupted. Because how do you explain this? How do you explain this? Milimani Graft case. In the sentence at Milimani Law Courts on Thursday, Waititu was similarly barred from vying for any political seat for a period of 7 years. Lord have mercy on this one.